Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Trigger Happy Havoc. Now, as you may have seen from the last episode, we have collected all the evidence, and we're now onto the trial. And of course, I thought I wrote down all the prep trials. Well, excuse me, sorry. I wrote down all the evidence that we need. So I think we're all good to go. So I think we're good. And if I remember correctly, the classmate who was murdered was Sakura. Well, we'll talk more about it as we go through the trial.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Although I do have probably one suspect.
Now then, where to begin?
Ooh.
We already know who did it.
Oh, whoa! Are you jumping the gun here, Aoi?
Whoa! Deja vu!
Yeah.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Could it be?
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Well, we'll talk more about that, Toko. Oh, I didn't notice that the background is all hieroglyphics. Okay, that's pretty neat.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Okay, I was definitely very fired up for this trial because, well, for one thing, Sakura is, or should I say, was her best friend. Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. Well, it is a possibility, but we need to take a look at their alibis first. But she must have some reason for believing that. Yeah, of course, we do, during the trial, we do have that. Okay, here we go again. I hope I remember all the, basics. Aoi's account. Okay. Is there like a pause button or something? Okay, good. Let's see, concentration, R, B button, concentrate and slow down the passage of time. Focus age, fast forward, the B button, weak spots. So my text may appear in yellow. This is the weak spot. It represents potential lie, contradiction, or argument. And truthfulness is Y. LB, quick select. Okay. Target the weak spot and hold down the Y button. Use that weak spot as a temporary truth bullet later in the argument. Flashbacks will disappear as soon as you switch. Eliminate noise with your silencer by targeting and pressing the A button. Successfully eliminate noise. Timer will increase. Shoot something else. Lose time.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive.
Really?
You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
So we have two weak spots. We need to look at this very carefully. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have.
That's low. That's about as low as you can
The
get.
only reason.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
That's one.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Dang it.
low. That's about as low as you can get.
We still have 13
It
minutes
was
left,
one
but-
of you. One of you killed
And what reason do you...
because you hated her.
Is that it?
That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have.
That's
Oh, dang it.
low. That's about as low as you
That
can
was too
get.
fast. I know.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura
And what reason do you have for...
Saying so.
because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Really?
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low.
Dang it.
That's about as low as you can
I keep
get.
missing.
It was one of you.
Oops.
One of you killed Sakura
And what reason do you have...
because you hated her.
Is
I'm
that
looking
it?
Through...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Yes! Oh! I got it right!
No, that's wrong.
Objection! Only reason?
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah. Sakura wanted to meet with them.
Yeah, and that was right before she died.
Before she died.
So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. But then does that mean one of them did it? Make your argument. So let's see here. Pocket trash. Ooh. Yasuhiro. Now I know that one.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but... I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Wait.
No, that's wrong.
I know that because what's interesting about the pocket trash is that it looks like the same color as Sakura's candy.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Yeah.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots?
It's a piece
That's
of
gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
well.
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
Where indeed?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Ooh, Yasuhiro's seems to be in a right in a pickle.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but
But what?
she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
Really?
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. I think that must be right. And the reason I know is that Sakura loved candy too much when Sakura got the candy.
I got it!
Oh, is that right? Oh! I got it
I'm
right!
not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's
Oh.
office.
Sakura got the candy after nurse's office.
So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it!
Ooh.
I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
What's with this shift in attitude?
Why the sudden hostility?
I was thinking of the same thing, Toko.
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Ooh.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
Toko's not liking this so far.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
What?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
Oh, that one. What could a shining message even be? Oh, are you talking about like the shining? Red rum, red rum.
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with
I
Sayaka.
remember.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
But did she really?
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on.
Was it Kyoko?
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Oh.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
That might be a good point. Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found the message, found the magazine and a dying message on it, it was on the magazine
I
shelf.
got it!
Yeah, that's right. It was on the magazine shelf, and it was
Kyoko,
upside
you found the
down.
magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
Magazine message found after investigation started.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
Really? There's definitely something strange about that. About it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation. In which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Ooh, man, my hands are getting really sweaty with this trial. Magazine dying message. Okay, here we go.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But at that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
It's when, where?
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Oh, dang it. Oh, crap. No. Oh, on the magazine.
Shoot!
Yeah. Actually, I want to take a look at
I can tell you
I want to take a quick look at the weak spots. Oh, I'm gonna take a look at this. Loading truth bullets. Oh, target weak spot and hold down the Y button.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Could it be the magazine? He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. At that time, it was the magazine.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Dang it.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense!
Where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Did you see the dying message on the magazine shelf?
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Yeah. Body discovered. The magazine was on the shelf.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation.
Yeah.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
What the?
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
Me neither.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Maybe.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Really?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
But did she really?
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. I don't think Sakura really did it. Oh, what the? Moment of truth? Oh, that's right.
Show me the proof! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap!
Crap.
The end is nigh! Show me the proof! I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! Give it a rest!
I don't know what to do here.
I'm at least 30% right! The occult is bullcrap! The end is nigh! I'm at least 30% right!
Ooh.
Show me the proof!
This should prove it.
Kyoko's examination. Sweet!
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Sakura did not write dying message.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
what? Written with a finger, but
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
both hands free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Really?
He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because
What?
Because I killed her!
What? Sorry about that. Yasuhiro killed her. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Okay.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You went to rec room. Okay then.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
He got there. Sakura. Sorry, do you mind waiting? I asked a couple other people to meet as well. Sakura asked him to wait. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? Might up give you some energy. Okay, give him some candy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
She muttered something. This is it. I'm going to end it today. She's going to end it today? I'm going to end everything. What do you mean?
As soon as I heard that, I just knew! I knew she was gonna try and kill me! She was gonna kill me and make her escape! So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance! I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head!
Grab the Monokuma bottle. Smashed it across her head.
I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening.
Or she had any idea.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
Wait a minute.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
He realized his mistake.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
Really? But wait.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Something doesn't add up.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yeah, I believe so. From what I remember from analyzing the evidence, there is a lot more. I mean, there's so much more. He did, for one thing, he did not mention the chair, the powder, the footprints. And there's actually two bumps on Sakura's head. And how did she get on the chair? I mean, if she went limp on the floor, then we would have found her that.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
One part.
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What do you have? What would he have? Why he picked Toko?
Shoot!
Crap. Oh, I got one chance left. Why the magazine was
I got it!
Oh.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Yeah. At the time of the investigation. Magazine was on the shelf.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
He left it on the table?
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Someone else did. But who?
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
One person was in the rec room before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Must not have liked what was written. Someone who wouldn't like Clinton. Toko?
I got it!
Yeah, it would be
It
Toko.
had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important... That doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
Did he really?
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Really? Really? Well, this is interesting. Yasuhiro did not kill Sakura. Now that's interesting.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
Okay, so Hiro did attack Sakura, but yeah, you're right.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
Then who is?
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time.
Yeah, please.
If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
Oh, I thought fun.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Don't worry, it'll help us. Well, look through the evidence. We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't a real killer. I have to prove it. Alrighty, here we go again. Make my argument. Kyoko's examination body, status of Sakura's body, yellow powder. Okay then. Here we go.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind, before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I don't think so. Yeah, because as I said before, there are two hits on Sakura's head. There's something that proves that. The wounds on her head.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma bottle and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
What? Nuts. Oh, it's the examination body. Shoot! It's the examination.
I didn't want to, but I did it.
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Sakura had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
She was struck twice. Both from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? she was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
Really?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Because of the bottles themselves.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
Oh, that's right! If you look at them closely, it would line up to 5.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
So 2 bottles have been used.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Right.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
Yeah.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
Yeah.
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
4 bottles. 4 intact. Bottles. 1 broken.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
6 bottles in total.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
What the bottles had in common. Chess pieces. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be... It's the object the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Chess pieces. Hangman's Gambit. Okay, now I need to look at this one. C-E-S. E. Crap! Ooh. Crap. E. Oh my
Now I understand!
Just half a life left. Holy crap, that was close.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Yeah.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
But, oh, right. If you look closely, there's actually 2 missing. One's a queen, and one is a knight.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was... the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
The only piece missing is the queen.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Yeah.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Only intact. King, rook, bishop, pawn.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Yes. Very observant.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Missing bottle is connected.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, and the bottle is missing. It was completely intact? Crap.
Shoot!
Ah, nuts. It was broken as crap. Ugh. Yeah. Not a mistake. Yes, I want to give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet!
It was broken as well. It wasn't excited as a...
That's it! The chess pieces!
Okay. Is there a possible way to skip
Inside
this?
each box.
King, rook.
Okay, I'll be right back once
And
I've
the
gone to
piece
that part.
that was in the knight.
So, I guess in chess, what was left, and on the oh,
So we only have evidence for
What does chess?
Yeah, shogi.
Yeah! Wait, so, there's still no evidence that has any... That bottle could have...
no. It's
How is it...
think about what state the missing bottle must have been in.
Okay, here we go. It was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
It was broken.
What makes you so sure?
Of course, the measuring.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Weight measure. Oh, it wasn't just a single broken bottle. The evidence proves that is... Yoko and I figured it out before. Monokuma file, the rec room door, snaps the SAKURA'S body, magazine. No. 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 The Monokuma bottle experiment.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Yeah.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
Someone clean the second bottle mess.
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
Yeah.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Why? Because what it would reveal. If you note that the second Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it!
Ooh.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
Interesting. So there were two attackers. First Yasuhiro, then someone else. Interesting.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
To look like only one attack.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
What?
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Toko was in the rec room.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but
What?
there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
Really?
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Really?
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Yasuhiro remembers. What?
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever.
He went early.
So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
He saw Toko. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Then he went in.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Oh, I think I know where Toko went.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
She hid in the closet. That could be the only explanation of the of the handprints.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the truth bullets. Would you like to hear more? Yeah. A new element to the to bullet time battles. This might be interesting. So far, you've probably been pressing the Y button during your final strike without a second thought. Pressing Y button during final strike. Is this going to be a new challenge? From now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention. Extra attention. to finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Oh. Choose the proper truth bullet. Oh, I get it. Like, okay. Use. You selected the same way during the non-stop debate. Simply press the L button. Select it. Use the LB button. And also like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set from kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you are set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Wait a minute! Wait. You're just gonna pile me up with truth bullets? Okay then. Oh, by the way, you're halfway through. Oh my gosh! Wait, halfway through the game. Wait a minute, halfway through the game? Are you talking about the actual video game or the trial? Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh. There we go.
It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you! No, no, no! I admit nothing! I curse you! I curse you! It's a lie! It's a lie! I admit nothing! I hate you! I curse you! No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing! I curse you!
Temple down.
I curse you!
Okay, final strike. Glass shard to the floor.
Enough!
Lock her handprint!
This should prove it! Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Yeah.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Really?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Huh? So wait. Ooh.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Really? It's Toko's. Oh, thanks, Byakuya. Oh, one command from him and she's like, oh, okay, it's mine.
Dang! She just straight up admitted it!
Then you killed Sakura!
I don't know.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Okay. Tell us your side of the story, Toko.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again!
Wait, what do you mean probably?
She probably killed her.
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room.
After note, she... Ah, nuts! Skip it light. She went early.
I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on.
She's too scared. That's why she hid in the closet.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Saw Yasuhiro hit her.
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
She put the magazine back.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
Why did she attack?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh,
there
she's
was
ticked off.
Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Have to ask Genocide Jack. Great! Out with the serial killer. Huh? You mean... Yep. She's back.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
Could it be?
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
What do you mean? Byakuya's fault?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Oh. She and Toko don't share memories.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake.
She was asleep. Someone woke her.
Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
Sakura.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
She was startled. Smacked her with a bottle.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
She collected the pieces.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
She must have.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
Well, that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Wait. Huh? I thought for sure you have some words for Hero for that on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this!
No, not quite yet.
When do you have Byakuya? Does Byakuya have something?
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Toko's story.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Yeah. It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling!
It's not over yet, isn't it? Apparently not. The one who killed Sakura is... Wait, what? Okay, good. I didn't have to get to the guessing game. Could it be the yellow powder?
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
Okay then.
I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
Yeah.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Wait a minute. Killed her in front of the shelf? So if the second shot from Toko was what killed Sakura, then the problem is... Where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right... I remember waking up right...
And you were taken by surprise, so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Oh, missed.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
And you were taken by surprise, so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack...
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
If she did kill her right there, she was actually on a chair when we found her.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Sakura was in a chair.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
True.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Could it be?
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
It has to be it. Enemies have proves that there's an attack in front of the magazine shelf. My Kumafara open doors has the magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf.
Magazine shelf bloodstain.
The bloodstain by the magazines is proof of that.
Yes.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
How could Toko have moved the body?
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Really?
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No. Yeah, I keep turning back on.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
Mystery. The locked room.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
That's true.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
I don't think so. You could have seen more fingerprints.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
There's a reason no way Toko was hiding in the closets because I wasn't the one with the locker was too small. I saw it for myself.
I got it!
There we go.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
That's right. The locker was open.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
No, it doesn't look like it.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
I know one thing. Poison.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Oh, here we go again. Yellow powder. Now does it count? Get in.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Whoops, miss.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
If there's one place I might find a clue, it would have to be written in there. Okay.
What was it that killed? If it wasn't from Genocide, then what was it?
There's no one what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Dang it! Actually, no, that doesn't.
Shoot!
Yeah.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
How easy count?
There's no other possible cause. What?
If I had looked, if I had looked at the evidence much more. Let's see here. I'm just looking at it very quickly. I don't know.
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
The shot. Wait, the shot to her head? Wait.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible
She said a
cause.
shot to the head.
What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Dang it! Not that either. Crap.
Shoot!
Vomit and blood. I'm just looking at the...
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
I'm just guessing right now. Because I didn't write all the evidence.
Shoot!
I'm not doing so good in this one.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill,
Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other what killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh, crap.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
I missed again.
what was it that killed Ogre?
If it wasn't from Genocide, then what was it?
There's no other possible what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her.
There we go. Now
No,
I got it.
that's wrong!
Monokuma file.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Sakura vomited blood.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Okay.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Explain.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
He was in the camera.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Hey, where'd you get that?
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where it was found. It was found with the vitamins.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Don't think. Well, yeah. Don't get
Well,
any ideas.
that's the question, isn't it?
The poison of Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It's on the same shelf as the supplements. I'm positive. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
But you You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
True.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of
Strange, isn't
poison
it?
mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah.
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison into his lips and... Wait a minute, is he drinking it?
Huh? Master!
You're so shocked that we're seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. As if it were the most natural thing in the world. Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
He drank the poison?
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Wait, what? Protein? There was protein in the bottle.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Why would there be protein in the poison bottle? Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Why would there be protein powder in the poison?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Where did the poison go? The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which means, conversely, the poison must have been... Could it be? On the floor? In the protein drink? Okay, so let's see what this is. Hang on again. P-O... Protein... And... Protein drink. Dang it! Crap! Whew, that was close. Drink. A couple more to go.
Now I understand! The poison must have been poured into the protein can.
Yeah.
If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Actually, it could be.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched.
Contents were switched.
So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Yeah, because she loves drinking protein. Something at the scene. A protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
Yeah.
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Poison is
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be... It must be what we found from the shelf. The footprints. No. Source of powder. The footprints in powder.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
That is right.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Chem lab in the morning. No footprints. So it was recent.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison.
Front of Section A.
The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
What?
It was me.
Oh no. Could it be?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Wait. Did you poison your own friend? Just to blame everyone else?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep,
No!
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Why would you kill your own best friend?
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? Makoto? Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Why Makoto and Hina wear sneakers? These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? Interesting observation. Yeah. Okay. Let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
Yeah. Why?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
Yeah.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true?
Could it be?
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt.
She found Sakura.
She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Yes, sure. Bring protein drink.
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Occurred?
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once.
And gave it to her.
And then...
Hold it!
What?
I'm not convinced.
Hyogo's still not convinced?
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you?
Wait a minute. There is still some evidence left.
You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism.
Really?
But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
The locked room.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Yeah.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Really?
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
Why would someone?
It's too obvious. Too easy.
Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Huh.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Really?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Okay.
Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Please, Hina. We need to figure out who the true killer is.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
But is she real?
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
Okay, she got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
She spilled it.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
The protein powder. Switch them.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
She put the bottle filled with the protein powder back on the wrong shelf. What?
And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
Went to C for poison. Then to A.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true. Isn't that a little strange? Oh. The footprints were only at A.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Hey!
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figured it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. What's on the powder? Came last shelf. The source of powder. Okay. Let's look at this.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
In the chem lab, where are the footprints and what direction are they facing? They were only facing at Section A. The facts are clearly contradict what you just told us.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison. And you spilled some of the powder. Yeah. When I grabbed the...
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Ah, miss.
And that's where once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the... Then I took the bottle and left the chem. That's all there is to...
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Can't believe I missed it. Let's try this again.
First, I went to That's when I grabbed the poison. And you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay, and I moved from Section C...
There we go. Boom.
No, that's wrong.
Counter.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the... Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
How are you lying to us?
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Powder was already spilled.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the...
What is it?
What the hell? What's going on here?
The upgrade's going to be tense.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence. What is it?
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I... did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
The protein powder.
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed. Thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Could it be the Monokuma bottle? Shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think you remember now. I broke something. Oh, the rec room window!
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
Yeah.
The window?
That's right.
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question.
How did it get into the
How did a
bottle?
shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
How did it get in there?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Who sent in the bottle of poison that should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, Section C of the shelf. Wait, Section A.
shoot!
Sorry, it was supposed to be Section
What's
A.
strange?
Oh, what? Yeah.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that.
How?
But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Really?
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can.
Protein can.
After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it.
Really?
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
So protein can was found after the room was open.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say is that because there's evidence. It's proof that someone brought the protein can rec room after it was open. Proof Someone can to the rec room after it was opened. Let's look at the evidence. Source of power anti-protein from chem lab shelf. Wait, it was empty?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Okay.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
Maybe.
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, I broke the window. If I concentrate on that...
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Okay, let's stop that one.
Shoot!
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the...
No.
No, that's it had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there...
Oh, that was right.
No, that's wrong!
Empty.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yes.
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
Really?
We also found pieces underneath the can.
Oh. Pieces were underneath the can.
What?
Uh-oh.
And this proves it.
I think I know who the true murderer might be.
It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
Really?
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Is Howie even stumped by this?
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Sakura drank from the original bottle.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Did she really commit suicide?
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Who got the poison?
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
I don't think so.
What do you think, Makoto?
One who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been... Sakura?
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Really?
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Calm down. No. Sakura definitely went to section C. Yoko already showed me the evidence I need. I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Oh boy, this is gonna be a bit tougher because I think I know the evidence, but I'm not sure.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! I don't want to hear it! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! I don't want to hear it! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Tempo down.
I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it!
Oh crap, final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof
That's right,
Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Yes, how? Of course, yellow powder. It's on her shoe. I remember now.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
Yeah.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Yes.
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing.
Yeah.
Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
No.
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
Why indeed?
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Thank goodness. I don't think Aoi would even kill her best friend. The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. I think I know who. There's only one way to explain it. It's like someone. No, definitely not her. No. Hope I'm right.
Here's my answer!
I did it!
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
It was suicide. I knew it.
What?
Even Byakuya's really duped by
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
No.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
That would explain a lot. But of course, Sakura wanted to create.
I got it!
She wanted to.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Yeah.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Did she?
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
Really?
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Yeah.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
She placed the bottle on the glass. I got everyone. Whoa! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed? I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
My gosh.
As long as you could disguise the truth, You didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
What?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right.
What? What?
We have to end this properly.
Oh, the closing climax reference. Okay. Okay, so this is when they got the messages. That's when Aoi went. There she locked herself in the closet. Sakura was waiting for Yasuhiro. She gave him the candy. She was afraid that she was going to kill him. And he smashed her head with the bottle. And Hiro was afraid. So he wrote messages blood. And he took off. Aoi. Sorry. Toko came out of the closet. She saw the note. She placed it back. Let's see here. Okay, she did that. And she cleaned up as much as she could. And she ran away. Sakura went back. Woke up. She took the bottle of poison and she committed suicide. As soon as we saw her, Hina saw the poison. She took it. She switched it out. There's one part which doesn't add up. This part. Oh, it was upside down. I'm just making sure that everything is right. Okay. Act 1. Sakura gave the message to everyone. Toko got there early. She hid herself in the closet. Sakura was waiting there. Hiro got there. She gave him the candy. He was afraid that she was going to kill him. He took the bottle, smashed it on her head. Frightened. He wrote the message and took off. Toko found after coming out of the closet, found the message. Put it upside down. Sakura woke up. She saw the blood and fainted. Became Genocide Jack. Took the next bottle and smashed it on Sakura's head. She cleaned up the message as she could. Took off. Sakura soon got up. Went to the chem lab and drank the poison herself. Everyone else found the body in the locked room. Smashed the window. Found her dead. And Aoi discovered the bottle of poison. Took it, went back to the chemical lab, switched it with the protein drink, and placed the rest of evidence.
Here's exactly what happened!
Man, I think I got everything right.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
Yeah.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot.
The locker.
and she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
But how she did it was upside down.
But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura.
Yeah.
And she freaked out.
That's when she got the second bottle.
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Yeah.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing.
So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
Poison.
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort?
Aoi. Aoi.
Was you, Hina.
But this means that she's
That's
not the
the full truth of the case.
But this means that she's not the Blackened.
Sakura took her own life.
Sakura was her own Blackened.
And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
What happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Wow, Byakuya is absolutely surprised by this.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized?
What?
We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
True.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
Seriously, that keeps turning back on and off.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
And it's really biting him. But man. Results. Moderate. Oh, okay. Not bad.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
Yeah, because we discovered because we now know that one of our classmates had committed suicide.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Owie, kill her.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Is it gonna show Sakura? I'm gonna see. Yep. Sorry about the audio movement.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Well, at least he didn't kill someone today. Okay, that's too soon.
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. Oh, that's true.
What are you thinking?
And yet, you! Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah! We almost died here! We almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die!
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. You'll have to pay for our crimes.
What?
Serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
A suicide note? Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. Thinking back, it was right after Genocide Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer like this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me. Sakura.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me. My friends are going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. She was atoning for her own. I get it now. In order to make up for what she had done to them, for being the spy. Is that right? Sakura. I thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. That's why. You asked me to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just wanted to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they get all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. What? She never thought of them as she never thought of her other classmates as her enemies?
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet.
Why?
And yet. You trampled all over her feelings. Then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a simple question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait, right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I am so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
Huh?
A fever?
Some protein.
I like some protein. Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. Now. What's the last conversation I had with her? Sakura!
I'm sorry, Hina.
I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did you have to die? She had weakness, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just adds the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it.
Hina.
We killed her. All of us. We pushed him to a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you try to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died, all of us. I want to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker. But
Hey!
it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, you really think you have any idea what Sakura's actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you suggest is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course, I know what she was thinking. Cause her and me.
In other words,
Well, I'm really trying to say is...
yes indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What? What if it was really like this? Wait a minute. What?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What?
But Hina already...
Too bad!
What?
Oh, I wrote that one. That was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is when Sakura addressed Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What? Then...
Huh?
Lied to me?
Unbelievable!
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
Well, I can't help it if you took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
Yeah.
You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Boom!
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played up between you and you alone. You're the ones jerking each other around.
Phew!
Heck, even though the will had factored in, it still would have been you guys.
Shing!
So, what's the problem? It's all part of the production process, okay? And scene. Cut.
And?
So, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read you my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving you a note when you kill yourself in the first place? What?
But hold on.
It isn't just so unfortunate. Killing yourself is just so final, you know. You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Sheesh. Talk about buzzkill. All right. Here we go. Ahem.
My good friend, Hina. There's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Yes. It was our first night of this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
What? Really? You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. Yeah, that's right. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind, and more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
And that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision.
That's why she fought Monokuma.
I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision was to stay true to all of you, led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that is not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me.
That's right.
Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I told and commit murder. Or in other words, suicide.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning.
She was a true friend to the end.
Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted us to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong to the end. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I could keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you could use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. And hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close. And still.
What are you gonna do?
And all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death has no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly picked the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you were in the wrong for tricking him with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Dang straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Who what?
Whether or not there was a spy that never really mattered. Because the one we needed to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What do you want?
The heck? This is not how it's supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other!
She's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why...
What?
You're bowing out of the game?
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What do you mean, Byakuya?
What?
What's going on here?
Now that I have one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear
And
now.
that's to keep the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. What? Wait, Byakuya, are you saying that you wanted to die? Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
If a man smells, I go. If the mess man turns out to be a guy, and it can catch on fire.
Everyone!
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no name?
How boring. But nothing good can come out of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabbing. Back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've been waiting for. Punishment time.
What?
What? Sakura was dead, the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heck no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just stop in whatever. Oh, soon as I want. Did I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule.
Listen up.
I spent so much time to prepare my special punishment. Maybe I go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Wait, a special guest? What are you talking about? No! Not Alter Ego! No! Not Alter Ego! No! No! I'm sorry about the audio. No! Alter Ego, no! Ah! What have you done? You!
Oh no!
You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk!
Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grab, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about that grilled goodness. Right? Boiled? Give me a break. The colors, the smells, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So,
Trigo.
but
I'm scared I can handle. Oh, this is when she was plugged into the Wi-Fi. I don't really understand why, but
still,
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. Might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my
If it's
best.
for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words reached to my heart and soul. My disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the heck up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him!
Is this what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it's kind of my way. Just trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was going to do something with the laptop. I knew you were going to use it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew. You were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, data and laptop. It was. I guess you call it gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in our you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course, I didn't carry access to that. But Sneaky Network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, you know, reformating.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can get out of here.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the matchment timing made me feel billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing Amino's death is so soothing. Makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things up to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What postscript?
What?
Postscript?
yep.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more left to Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare yourselves for the dulcet tones of yours truly.
One other thing, there's something I'd like to tell you about. Tell the others. Hopefully it'll act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. Done something to us? I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. One other word and we've been hit spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So, what club is this for today?
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit?
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you even freaking out, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your reserve. Fine. At least, Sakura's note. Like I never let any of you grease balls have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one line. Here's one last line in the note. Now what is it?
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not just gonna lay down and die. I will fight you dastard, no matter what. That's seriously it.
Wow, what a stubborn loser.
She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares about some dead muscle has to say?
Well,
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time reconsider how your school life was. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? You really cut free from the regrets of the outside world. Think about that. Think long, think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? What did he do? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? Did the mastermind do something to us? What did he do? I mean, did the mastermind plan a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? I've seen some stuff like this in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial's over and Monokuma's gone?
Ah, stupid light.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. But I Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery that someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that last one? I haven't reached a point where someone apologizing. I need someone apologizing me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't thermal, right? Did you just... What?
No!
I can't stop the existence of someone with disturbing romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I told you sleazeball. Yes, you are. Sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm? I wonder you don't have any friends.
No!
Hey, stop fighting with Bastard! Making me jealous! I want them!
I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, hey, that's just how it is for now. Okay. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us. Can I save?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
I need to find a stopping point soon. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice? I could hear a voice. What? Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from a deep slumber to a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Who was it? Oh, Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Yeah, I'm still.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door.
Whew.
It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Anyways, you don't have to react like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pause it here because unfortunately it's gonna be all the time I have to take for this video. I meant to finish it a lot sooner, but anyways, at least we figured out who that Sakura actually committed suicide and that she truly notices all of us as friends. And it's really sad to see her go. Yeah. The class trial was a lot shorter than I expected. But still, it was actually quite an interesting, trial. But Hina wanted all of us to die because she felt that we're all responsible. But Makoto was the one who took the real suicide note. And with that, the last clue. But we don't know what it is. But hopefully we'll find out in later episodes. Yeah, so once again, it's going to be all the time I have to take for this video, but don't go anywhere, we still have plenty of Danganronpa, Trigger, Happy Havoc to look forward to more soon. So stay tuned for more. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to super smash that like button. And leave a comment down below to see what you think about this video, and don't forget to share with friends if you want to, and be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to get updated for latest content. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Speedstreak out.